your tanks are not in position, these Marines can stim and come up, so very good timing there from xOSeither. Once that stim and combat shield finished, of course, able to absorb a lot more of that tank damage and stim and run up. He's actually going to shut down the third of KC, and oh my goodness, all of these SCVs are getting taken out. Huge kills there for xOSeither, and now with the SCV advantage, he's only at 8, much lower than the 20 SCV advantage he had previously. Now the mech production is in full swing, producing Vikings, tanks, and Hellions to get a very strong army, but will xOSeither let it get to that point? He is starting to siege the National. If we take a look, he's fully aware his opponent is going mech, so he knows the longer he can keep him back and abuse his immobility, the better chance he is going to have of winning this game. And he is continuing to rally units forward. At the very least, he wants to deny this third. Now, KC here is going to have a bit of a hard time moving out, especially considering xOSeither's position. Although half of his army is coming back, half is going forward. He just needs to keep those tanks up. 8 tanks for xOSeither, 5 for KC, but of course KC is operating off of 3 factories with tech labs, I think. Nope, only 2. Might be flying this one over to this reactor here. But that is one more factory than xOSeither is active. No, actually does have a second factory. Where is that guy? Where is that second factory? Okay, there he is. So these guys are going to be producing tanks at the same rate. A cute move here from KC, but xOSeither is going to pick up on it, and wow, it actually might fetch him a command center kill, and yeah, that is going to go down, so very nice pickoff. Meanwhile, a third getting built over back at KC's third, but might we just see a drop here? He's picking off the turrets to let these guys move in. Wow, a big turret ring. That is Brood War style turret ring here from KC, and he's going to put these turrets back a little bit further. He does not want a doom drop to happen. He's pretty much only got the tanks. The Vikings not going to be very useful. Where are those 9 Hellions? Looks like a couple of them are in the main, and the rest are going to be running around the side here, trying to get some SV kills. This third base is very exposed. He's going to check the pocket natural, but quickly move over to the third. There's not a lot at home to defend this. Couple Marauders, and now with the tank popping out, actually, he should be pretty good against these Hellions, but it's not a direct engagement that KC is looking for. He is going to come in here, and he's going to start working on these SCVs. Blue Flame enabled, and the SCVs are going to start taking some serious damage. Meanwhile, the Hellions are going to get picked off, and xOSeither is going to move in again. He should be canceling this command center. That is going to have to go down, and this contain from xOSeither is absolutely deadly. This is a very rough spot for KC to be in. He's trying to do some damage, managed to pick off quite a few workers there, 47 to 53 in favor of the Blue Terran, but of course he is down 1 base. And that is not a good position to be in when you're going mech. You really need that gas income to produce what you need. As you can see, the minerals are starting to pile up because he doesn't really have anything to spend them on except Hellions, which aren't going to be so useful against this heavily tank-based army. Marines coming in here, they will get fried up by those Blue Flame Hellions, and he is unsieged, but the tanks still have pretty good range when they're unsieged, and there's just no reason for xOSeither to let KC move in any further. He can stranglehold his opponent, probably even build a 4th. We are going to see another command center going down here for KC, but is he really going to be able to get up? Things looking hugely in the xOSeither's favor with a 40 supply lead in army, and oh, I don't know about this. He might have just thrown away a huge advantage, but we do see a lot of bio coming in from the bottom. Is it going to be enough to get rid of all these tanks? I don't think so. And wow, that was not the best charge in for xOSeither. Now he's suddenly dipping down 43 army supply to 65. And, oh, looks like all the SCVs are getting pulled. KC's just going to go for it. He knows that was a huge victory, and it's unlikely he will be able to out-macro his opponent at this stage in the game, so he's going to take this army supply advantage, and xOSeither not too pleased about that. KC is just going to go for it. The tank count right now, 13 for KC, only 1 for xOSeither. He's got a pretty healthy number of bio units on the field, though, but is it going to be enough? He does have 2-2 on that bio. That is very strong. 1-1 on this mech here for KC, and his command center is finishing up, but he needs to do some damage now. At the very least, deny his third. He's not sieged up, though. He's going to siege up now. All the SCVs getting pulled. Very nice there by xOSeither, getting on top of those before the tank siege, and oh, is it going to be enough to clean this up? The SCVs coming in a little bit too late, and wow, very nicely done there by xOSeither, pulling those SCVs. Sucked up a lot of the tank damage. And cleaning up that army is a huge deal. 13 tanks down now to 6 for KC. Of course, those are across the map. That was a very expensive army to lose. And honestly, he can just stim and come in here. He's not aware of it yet. Of course, as the viewers and the caster, we have those all-seeing eyes. But oh, he's going to go for the drop on it. Only 1 Viking here. Not quite going to be able to deny this bio drop. He's going to get on top of these tanks and start working them down. And they should go down here. Those Marauders doing very good damage. Now the army supply 49 to 27. Of course, that changes as soon as I say it, but definitely almost 100% in favor of xOSeither from Team XO. Now cKC from Clarity Gaming going to be moving in, but again the tanks can be caught out of position. He's just going to stem up his bio and run in here, and that is going to be picked off, and GG is called by kC, and that is going to put Team XO up 2-1 in this best of 7 clan war. Of course, the first of 4 victories. We'll take it. That is how best of 7s work. And we'll be getting the rest of those games in right now, guys. Of course, my name is Word. Please leave me feedback about the audio, and sorry about the GPU thing, this weird black flyer select. I am going to check out my card, make sure I can get this straightened out, and then we'll get into these next games. So thanks so much for watching. Of course, currently 2-1 in favor of XO. We'll move on to Game 4 now.